says,
Oh.
"That's that. Do you think that's even possible here? I mean, the old ways run down deep. Very
Well, speaking as a person who believes in the faith from within and not from without, I would say that it's superstition. But this isn't my place and this isn't my land. And it's known that powers can run deep. I would counsel us to say that if we were to keep our faith alight and put our spirits together, we can overcome the sickness of the land.
to restore the land, perhaps."
Or at least stop it from destroying itself. Let us sit and meditate and pray.
And he does. He joins you in prayer, right? And as you finish the prayer, the sort of the rain sort of lessening. It's like,
How
no,
fortuitous. I am not so vain to think that I could control the weather.
no, this is. I mean, it's still raining now. It's drizzling. It's not completely gone. And he gets up and he says, "Well, thank you for your company. I should get back to home. Papa always said that it's very important to keep certain promises, including having dinner with your family."
You are quite humble that you use your and true that you would use your time upon this earth to help to help others.
We do what we
Would
can.
that we all could do the same.
We do what we can.
Peace be with you.
May the gods shine upon you. And he starts walking away.
I'll let him.
Yeah.
Thinking, never got that guy's name.
I did.
But he didn't ask. Oh, sorry, I didn't ask, and he didn't volunteer it. So that's interesting. Well, with the rain gone, I'll continue the pilgrimage, but I assume nothing else interesting happens.
No, I mean, the drizzle turns into basically a few drops here and there. Basically, by the time you're done, because you went outside of the road, the paved roads, the land is very muddy and the grass is growing tall.
Oh, we have
wet.
paved roads? That's fancy.
Oh yeah, there's the main roads are kind of Roman-like roads. They're old roads, and
it is a road to a city, so yeah.
Yes, so they're basically paved, and including the fact that they even have grooves on them from, hundreds, thousands of carts and other chariots and stuff like that going back and forth over the ages. So this is a very old land indeed, and these roads are old. They're maintained. People from time to time the king sends crews to fix and whatnot, especially from the army to keep them busy. But that happens, right? And so you're back. And so this encounter with this young man, you keep thinking about it.
This is the second time I've had a strange experience like this. I'm going to go right about this in my diary.
Night falls. I don't know if you meet back with the rest of the party or you go to prayer and things.
Well, the pilgrimages I do at night because that's when I encountered them, and I'm also nocturnal.
Yeah. Okay. So, meanwhile, at the cemetery, again, the rain, copious amount of rain. Once in a while, you see there's a small shack outside the proper cemetery, which is the gravekeeper's shack. Right. He opens the door a little bit, watches the rain, and sort of mutters, and come back again. And as soon as the rain sort of lets up, he goes and grabs a shovel and a lantern, and he goes into the cemetery proper. He has the keys. He opens it, the big lock, and he opens the iron rung. And he has a shovel in hand. It's past midnight, so usually don't bury people in the middle of night. So
yeah, it is very interesting. So
eventually you hear the sound that of somebody working, shoveling something from your position.
Okay. I could definitely go ahead and wait. If he's divvying it up, I can only imagine he's doing so because someone's going to be taking it away very soon. So, I'm going to wait and see who appears to, say, drive a cart on by. And we're going to just remain quiet and at a fair distance, or wherever we're viewing this from. I
The
assume
thing
this is
is,
like an open cemetery, and I could probably like get a view even if I really wanted
yeah,
to. I have night
yeah,
vision, so this
yeah, no
works.
problem. The thing is that after a while, about an hour and a half, the Gravekeeper comes out, kind of looks around, especially at the nearby. This is a dirt road, not mostly a mud road that comes
Mm-hmm.
nearby. It's like, what the? Oh, there's a put him back again. Damn. And he goes back in, and you start hearing again the sort of. Actually, no, you don't hear that. You hear he goes in and tries to get some tarps or some like paper, stuff like that. It's very similar to what they did with the wrapping of the bodies in the
Mm-hmm.
mortuary. And it's like, it's the material and starts working again with that stuff inside. You kind of see him. He basically he's taking a couple of bodies, 2 or 3 bodies, and starts wrapping them up. And there's another shed inside the cemetery. So he's sort of dragging them on and put him in the shed, right? And he keeps looking back like he's expecting somebody to show up, but nobody shows up. It's like, and eventually about 3 o'clock, 4 in the morning, he sort of goes back and he sort of he finishes covering the holes, and goes back to his shed. It's like, and he sort of keeps looking. The night's work wasted. Ugh. And he sort of goes back in.
Okay. I think maybe this is actually probably a good time since we've observed long enough, and it seems like he's more than given up. Let's go intrude on his house, everybody. He's left the door open, or at least the cemetery gate open, so we could probably just go straight up to his shack and actually knock on the door at that point.
Go ahead. It's like, what?
I'm gonna go ahead and try to like have a little bit of a gruff voice and go, "We're here for it."
Just a moment. I hear like you had a creaking, and you even hear like a couple of bones like. Turns out a lantern turns on. He opens the door. It's like, what? Huh? Who are you?
Harmon, let's step in. And the two of us are going to be very big and intimidating, probably more so than this poor old man. We're just gonna barge straight into his house
A will and
and close the door
intimidation.
behind us.
You do a will and intimidation, basically. You're gonna,
Absolutely. This is what I have here.
You can also use strength as well, right? So
Body and strength, yeah.
body. Yeah.
So if we wanna ignore body, we can. But even without that, that's still gonna be 3 successes here. This is what I do.
The old man falls down, and Harmon sort of grabs the lantern before it hits the ground and shatters, and starts a fire. It's like okay, and he's standing there with a light, and the old man's like, who are you? What do you want?
A little late at night to be burying someone, isn't it?
Well, I work here all the time. I live here. It's my job. What are you talking about?
Of course I do. Seems like you did a whole bunch of extra work for yourself, though.
And just a stench of alcohol, like French squeezings, right? Like this is moonshine that he has. Like, very strong,
sit down. Let's pour a drink.
All right. He sits down. He takes a jug, and it's like you can even though you can smell it.
Did we actually not get most of that? Whoops. Well, whatever. Can't help it now. Scene, he's at the table. I'm intimidating him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're just a humble gravekeeper. I know that. And you wouldn't be doing anything if you didn't happen to need the coin for it. However, the people I'm after, the people you might be doing this work for, I have an eye on them. I want your help. Now, it seemed like you've been waiting for them for quite a long while tonight, and they haven't shown up.
Yeah, they basically said they wanted. Let's see, this is what happened. But a couple months ago, there was this lady that came around, Gray Fox, and I mean that like literally. I don't mean that she was up a fox.
And I lean in and go, "Do go on."
And came up with some answer. And she said that she needed some very peculiar body. And I said, I don't know what she meant. And she said she plopped a bag of coin in my face and said, listen, you, if you want more of this, you just have to get rid of the bodies we tell them. And she gave me like some expectations. It couldn't be too putrid or anything. It had to be like a day or two old. So basically, I ready them up and send them a missive and say, hey, listen, you want more bodies and you give me more money. And since their poor folks, poor thoughts anywhere are dead, this is the old cemetery. This is where the poor and the idiotic end up. Like, it's not like the fancy tombs that the other people have, like stuff and stone and whatnot. The new one is so they just holes where people get thrown. Nobody comes. There's no flowers and nothing. Once they get buried here, it's the end of that. So I said, sure, I'll give you the bodies. I don't care. I mean, I'm long for this world anyway. I might as well just share a hole. You know, I get food and drink and whatever. I just get paid like half a dinner every day or so, which is one every other day at most. Because I just stand around here and just do the thing, yeah.
Well, I'm afraid I do have.
She hasn't come back from the first time. She was a manservant would come in and pick things up.
Yeah. I will have to channel a friend of mine and say, I would hope that in the future you show even more respect even to the forgotten dead. And that is the very least that I could hope that they might expect after they've passed on. However, tell me more about this lady. You said that she was a gray fox. What more can you tell me about it? What did she call herself? What was she wearing? And I'll start prying him for more information.
She had like a cloak. She didn't say much in her face and stuff like that. And I think the manservant once says Veritas. I think something like
Veritas.
I'm not really sure. But she only came once, like the first time. Like she had to make sure I have the instructions of the kind of bodies that she wanted. She wanted them fresh, not too old, not too new. Right? She didn't seem like the person that wanted you to ask. So that's, it's like, I'm dead, and then they just dig in my bodies themselves.
Of course.
They wouldn't need me, so I guess I wasn't gonna.
And you say now that she doesn't come by anymore, but the manservant does. What can you tell me about him?
A gruff fellow, like a gardener or something. Has a couple of scars. May have seen some about.
Couple scars? Well, what about species? What about age?
He's also a fox. A red fox this time. I saw his face. His eyes all white from a scratch on his face. Half a muscle, broken tooth even. Yeah, rough fellow, that one. They didn't say his name at all. Salt of the earth and all that, I suppose.
I see. But you were expecting him tonight, and he hasn't arrived. I wonder why that would be. She's paid for them already.
Yeah. Well, I just select the bodies. The manservant comes around, gives him a look, and it pays. That's it. He seems to know what he's doing, I guess. So there's that.
Has he ever failed to appear on any night, or does he appear on random nights? When does he come by?
No. See, I send this message to this direction. He gives basically. You see like almost like pre-printed forms. The man probably there's a sort of forms, and he just he knows numbers. He doesn't know much about writing, but he knows numbers.
Yeah.
And basically he just puts a number in a space. Like I have 3 bodies or 4, whatever available, and an X marking his signature, and it's like it's a sort of a pre-printed form, if you will, saying my lady, I have this information, blah, 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 please pick it up. And I send it with a carrier, and it's like...
Wait, you send a letter directly to her? Where to?
He picks up we pick one of them, it says right there. I don't know how to read much.
I'll just pick it up and start reading, because I am literate.
It's not Lady Valerie's specific address, but it's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in the area, right? And if they're trafficking in bodies, they don't want, and supposedly they want fresh bodies, they wouldn't be too far away, right? So that would be a thing.
Uh-oh. I think it happened again.
Swing it. Huh? My lord, would you do me that favor?
I'm sorry, I just dropped even more packets. It's happening. Help me.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was he saying? Help him with?
He basically puts his hands out like, well, if you're gonna take me with you, could I just finish my bottle? That way, when you string me around the neck and pull hard, I won't feel it so hard.
Yeah,
Other people-
of course. And as he like holds his hands out, I just like push like his mug into his hands. Like, just go ahead and drink.
Right.
I won't need to bother you anymore, but I'm going to say this to you. Don't. I need to find the right words. Don't do dead bodies, but this business does need to stop, and immediately. You understand, of course, and we'll be keeping an eye on it to make sure.
I figured if you're here, I guess I can't do this no more, so sure. I'm an old man anyway, my liver's gonna kill me any day now, so
Right.
that's just the way it is.
There's no need to throw an old man on the noose.
Well, if you don't mind, I hope you didn't break my door too much, because that rain might come back again.
I think the door's okay. Let me take a look. Yeah. I just bumped it a little bit. It'll be fine.
You'll have to do some repair work in the morning when he wakes up. I was like, all right, then. I would offer you my lodgings, but any here, maybe not even a kitchen area. It's more like a place where he just fixes food, like another table. He's just fixing his food.
Right.
You know, maybe a cook pot there, and it's like a little fire. It's like, I don't have much to offer, and I don't think your manservant will want to sleep here.
I accept your hospitality nonetheless. But, while I accept a little bit of pre-breakfast, if you see or hear from him again, and he comes by, you'll send word to me, won't you? And I'll just pass, like, a couple extra denarii across the table for him.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's just that what's happening with you is that you freeze,
Yeah.
and then it catches
he's
up.
doing a real good Shatner. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Or Columbo. Just one more thing.
Just one more thing, you see. If you hear anything, you'll come by and tell us, won't you? And I'll, of course, like, start leaving denarii on the table.
He looks at them and is like, sure things, my lords. I apologize for the it's misunderstanding, you see.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome here. It's me and the dead.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and, like, leave 2 denarii on the table.
If you're happy with that, then I guess it's your place. Otherwise, here we are. Yeah.
All right.
And as you leave, you hear a sigh of relief and then like some sobbing. Like, he just had the scared of his life, and he almost soiled himself, right?
Literally burst in on him in the middle of the night to go, we could do so many things.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm dead. But he said, if he had been more sober, he probably would have soiled himself.
Yeah.
The alcohol saved his drunkenness basically saved his.
Gotta love drunkenness. Well, we have a real address. It's very close to where we want to be, and we're going to go there next eventually, I think. But it is getting close to morning. Vesper's probably still awake because he's a raccoon. He's probably nocturnal. If I can find him, I'll probably confer with them and talk it out.
So you meet back in the barracks, mostly, or at the chateau,
or maybe at Chateau Gregory here.
Yeah. And so the morning, and the servant is like, "Good morning, son. Had a lovely night, haven't we?"
Yes, a nice, refreshing time enjoying the evening air, really.
Your cold cuts are ready. Lord.
Oh, yes, wonderful.
For the rest of you, there's, I believe, lettuce for the gentleman, and some other things. And so basically, she makes a species appropriate breakfast for everybody.
Yeah, I imagine by this point she probably has like Harmon's like specialties ready too. Harmon just basically lives here.
Yeah.
Our food is ready to be washed.
So, well, I think we did learn a great deal here, and Vesper, I'm catching you up on what we've learned. That, in fact, our Lady Veritas is the one who even particularly came herself to purchase bodies. However, not tonight. She left payment and has been collecting through her manservant. We have a second person of interest we can identify, and we have a very good description of him. If he happens to be on the lady's estate, it's confirmed, and that's all that we need.
Well, let's go get our battering ram, which is a weapon listed in the Ironclaw book.
Yeah!
And,
Now,
I, for one, really want to see Harnan use a plant scent, because I think that's going to be hilarious.
so we do have our two options. We could still continue to be subtle about it. We could go investigate the nearby address, check the bodies, try to find the manservant, and wiggle our way into the house and confirm everything. Or we could just go get the warrant right now on our pure suspicions and see if it all works out.
Well, the only thing I'd be worried about is she might have contacts within. But on the other hand, we're kind of just doing this to drive her to action, so I would go ahead and get the warrant. I mean, like this is just, I just want to point out, this is weird. Stealing bodies, especially multiple bodies, and then housing them somewhere else is never good.
Right. She's doing something with them, and the obvious go-to is more necromancy or the local ways. But even if not, I don't like it, and it's going to stop.
And also, people like revere the dead, so they don't like the idea of Grandpa being dug up for something.
Right, even if they never come to visit or leave flowers or anything like that. Oh gosh, these poor people. So I will. This isn't me freezing. This is me literally brain freezing.
Like, what?
So the question was loud or quiet. And what's the answer on this?
Well,
we go do the
at,
warrant, push her to action if she knows about it, and then arrive and see what happens.
I'm looking at us, and I am seeing a loud group.
Yeah,
I'm not sneaky. Spencer's kind of sneaky. You're not sneaky, and Harnon's not sneaky.
Right. Therefore, I will go collect the warrant for us.
Before we do this, remember that if we just go in there and barge in and say we're here to arrest everyone, they might try to destroy the evidence. So we should have somebody watching the back door.
Right, I agree. We'll coordinate what the exact plan is, but I would like you three to already begin heading out there. I will meet you there when I arrive, but I will be getting the warrant. I want you there ahead of time in case she gets the word that you will be aware of what action she is taking, and if she chooses to flee immediately before I arrive, then you will be able to chase her.
Harnon, can you ride?
What skills are
Riding.
required to ride?
Riding.
Then no.
Okay, I didn't know if you were a knight or not. All right, well, on foot it is.
Oh, I am a soldier, not a knight.
So who's heading for
Makes sense to me.
the manor, and who's heading for the warrant?
Yeah.
Griffin is doing the warrant.
Yeah, I'm going to the warrant. I also recommend checking out the adjacent location too while you're there and waiting. And by the time I get there, you'll be done with that.
We're gonna go stake the place out. Spencer, can you do war, or are you just totally subtle?
Do war? What do you mean by fight?
Yeah, like if we gave you a staff, can you do anything with it?
Spencer's better with a sling, but he's good with a staff too. I did take melee combat.
Well, remember that when you have a staff, you can load spells into the staff and then counterattack with those spells.
Yes.
So that's why I was thinking you might. I know you normally don't carry one, but you might want to carry one for this.
Yes. I do carry one copy of all of my magic trappings, so I do always have a rod with me. I just haven't been using it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have secrets of the robes?
Not yet. It was locating and thought reading were more important.
That's fine. It just means you're slower.
Mhm.
I also don't have secrets of the robes, so if they give us any armed resistance, we're not going to be very good at it. Harnan, I don't doubt, but the rest of us, I do.
Right, you're there for backup and keeping Harmon alive.
Can we
And
get
Harmon,
any deputies or a posse to help us?
I will try to arrive with one. That will be my goal
That
while
makes
talking to
sense.
the Lady Chamberlain.
We'll go case the place out. Harnan, being a soldier, will be able to tell us how well armed they are, and us two can look around and see if there's any magical or weird protections.
Excellent.
Okay. So Gregory goes to get the warrant. The rest of them go to the nearby, the area around the manor. Basically, the place that's sort of the place that they were sending supposedly the bodies is an attached nearby sort of servants' quarters that's outside of the manor proper.
Mhm.
But the thing is that strikes you is that outside of some chirping of buzzing of insects or maybe a raptor or two that's sort of specking at a tree, this place is really quiet. For a manor, you would expect a lot of people, garden people working in the gardens or animals, etc. Because mostly manors, I mean, they also have like gardens and they have, you have your servants who work the land, stuff like that. This place is very quiet.
Yeah, that's never good. Do we see
Yeah.
signs of neglect?
No. From where you are, if you're taking a look out, say outside the road, maybe you find some tall grass or something you can look over, so people there can see you. But
Well, hopefully
that,
there's woods around because we're
there
actually.
would. Yeah. So you don't see a lot of movement, right? Except for not local flora and fauna, right? Maybe a small dandelion with legs sort of walking away, but that's about it. And that which is like you expect. It's the nobles have dozens at least of servants running around doing things.
That's how you make money.
Exactly, So
Yeah, it's just creepy.
Yeah. So are you going to wait for the warrant to arrive, or are you guys?
Yeah, but we look around. All we see is that the place is unusually abandoned, but that's about it, which is somewhat of a good sign. I mean, how do you feel about this, Harnan? Do you see any hidden weapon emplacements or boiling oil or anything?
I can most assuredly tell you that I do not.
I'm not that worried. Now, how are you girded up again? Are you sword and board?
Yes.
And are you actually a good bodyguard? I didn't hear that. Do you have the gift of bodyguard?
I think he does, yes.
If you were saying something, I was typing something in a different screen, and all I saw was Arcloid swinging his chair back and forth. I didn't hear you saying anything.
Oh, my bad.
That's
No,
right.
I thought you actually have the gift of bodyguard, right? So you can leap in front and take hits for other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have bodyguard.
All right. Well, if we have to storm in the front door, that's great. I mean, we also want to examine the manor and see if there's any exits. Like, hey, I can't help but notice there's a wide dirt road that leads out the back door to a bunch of caves or something.
Don't forget about the second address, the one that the bodies are actually delivered to.
That's where we should be. That's the place we should be raiding. So where is that address?
Oh, that's nearby. Like I said, it's sort of it's a place where basically the servants sleep, like a
Yeah,
house.
that's the warrant. That's the place you begin the warrant for. Let's go check that place out.
Again, this place is pretty quiet, and when you go in there, it's empty. I mean, there's furniture and the like, but there's nobody around.
Wait, so if we knock on the front door, so we don't see any signs of anyone, and we can just go in the front door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Harnan and Spencer's. Like, you think we should just go in?
I was told to wait.
This kind of stinks of a trap.
I will defer to your wisdom. Let's wait until they arrive. This just looks weird that there's nobody here, especially because we know these are the kinds of people who could plant large kegs of gunpowder.
So
Exactly.
Gregory, you were at the Lord Chamberlain, and after you discussed it with her, it's like, well, I can't spare a lot of people because we're searching other leads, but you can have 2 of my guards. They'll come with you.
Wonderful. They'll escort me, and we'll arrive. If you could spare the mount for us to ride there too, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, that'll be. It'll be done. The coursers will be outside.
At the very least, we're looking at someone who purchases cadavers for undoubtedly nefarious means, and in the best of hopes, we found our conspirator.
Mm-hmm.
Very well, I shall begin, and wish me luck.
Just a moment.
All right.
Well, I guess when you show up, we'll tell you it's good you came this way, Lord, but there's nobody here.
Yeah, I imagine you have plenty of time to actually go ahead and just start exploring and go, where are all of these people?
Well, again, we didn't though.
Yeah, well, I just got the warrant, so you still have time.
No, we would just do a.
Once again, you explicitly said to wait, and now you're like, well, you guys have plenty of time to. No, you told us to wait.
I think we might have a miscommunication here. What we would do is we're not going to go in, but we would go around the place to see what's there to make sure there's no army of the undead hiding behind it.
Right.
Welcome back, Lessons.
Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to wait in your hiding place, or you're going to approach the house?
We're not going to go in, but we are going to do a circle around the place.
As you go around the circle, you realize that the front door is ajar.
Good God, they've got
That's weird.
polymorph
We're not going in.
experts.
And
What he said.
in other places, again, this place you don't around. It's a large manor. You don't see any people around, which is pretty weird. Yeah.
Okay, I will do the most prudent thing. I'll take a nap.
It doesn't take much longer for the reinforcements to arrive with the warrants, about 15 minutes or so. So you're taking a nap, man. So you have that feeling where you're going from sleep, from wakefulness to sleep, like and falling backwards. Like, right there is Gregory, with two guards.
Harmon, you'll be taking the lead. You two, flank him. Everyone, enter. We're going now. What are you doing napping there? Get up, Vesper.
For the king!
And as you're coming
I was only resting my eyes, my lord.
You place yourselves here. This is the main entrance.
Fortunately, we can already see inside of it, but that's okay.
That's okay. I didn't mess with anything particular.
Yeah, I do like to do Fog of War for that reason, but yeah. We know what we're expecting to happen now.
Yeah.
We already did.
And when you got at the door is ajar, and you hear a scraping sound from inside.
Oh, that's never good. How do I place my token here again?
Copy paste the token.
Under the journal tab, you'll see your name. Drag the name, not the token.
You got it.
Already there.
Yeah, that worked. Okay, yeah.
And then we just need 2 extras.
I'll handle them. They'll be there, but I'll handle them myself.
Is Fog of War supposed to be turned on?
No.
No,
okay.
I understand the feeling. But yeah, so Harmon's bursting in, or at least I told him to.
I don't have to burst in, the door's open. No, I'm sorry, it's ajar.
Yeah, you're leading the
smashed
way,
the
so
jar.
Harmon, lead the way.
Underfoot. What's the scale?
1 pace, 1 square.
Cool.
I didn't change it, but be 1 meter, so 1 pace. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to do here since I know what I can see.
Yeah.
You hear it, and you're approaching it.
And from here you hear sounds. In fact, these doors are open, and you see a body on the floor. There's blood everywhere, and these 4 creatures are here, and they turn around. They sort of screech, and they're all basically bone, skeletal creatures, and they see you inside. They just sort of lounge for you. It's like
Well,
their
that was
claws
just
still bloody from whatever they done to this particular body right here. So we're gonna do initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, an actual initiative roll. Let's see what happens. Where's...
I'm roading it, so I only get one success.
I'd love focus. I don't get focus.
Well, I mean, my initiative roll is equal to what I imagine happening. I'm all speed, no mind.
Yeah, these guys go last
Yeah.
because they're
Well, they act as a group.
yeah.
We're
So it's
already
either
basically
all of us
walking in with
go or
weapons
all-
in anyway.
Right. Well, it's not staggered initiative. It's all the good guys and all the bad guys.
One has yeah.
Although,
And
pointedly, though, if they only rolled a 1, does that just mean that they're all reeling at the start of combat?
they're undead, they don't real.
Yeah. I wouldn't roll initiative for bad guys. So
Oh.
initiative is supposed to be that. We can talk about this later. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big colossal mistake, is what it
It's okay.
is. So, all right.
So Harmon, you have 4 of these creatures. Their claws seem to be
Well,
jagged.
if this is
Harmon didn't
technically
even
the start
wait
of
at the
combat-
door. He just
No,
rushed in.
this is technically the start of combat, then I have both actions remaining, in which case I will guard, and then I'll swing. I recognize what a dead body looks like. I've made enough of them.
Fenwick.
What's our color for guard?
Green.
Okay. Y'all changed most of the things that I'm used to, so.
I gave Lessons a handout, but I don't think he has it here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have it somewhere, but it's just faster to ask.
Yeah.
I'm used to green being guard, but at the same time, I'm used to, like, orange for reeling, and
He's gonna try to counter. Can he counter? Yes, he can.
yeah,
Yeah.
so long as he's not affected by anything. He's not. Is he a sound mind and body?
Well, he is pretty much undead, so he doesn't really have much of that.
Cool, you hit me. You hit me for +1, or whatever. What do you got? What's your damage?
My damage is +1 critical.
You only hit me for, 2. You hit me for 2 damage.
Yeah.
I soak more than enough.
Yeah.
Though you did hit me, though, so I am reeling.
He
What's your reeling
rakes-
color?
Yellow, I believe. Yes.
See, I'm used to that being fear. Purple? See? That's what I'm asking, because I'm used to orange being reeling.
You all go first, so Gregory, you're next in line.
Okay,
Oh
Here
well,
to
here.
fight
Let me do some support.
Okay.
go
That's
for
all
it.
right. Oh wow. All right.
Yeah, I imagine you
I will
waddle in and then
choose-
do so, yeah.
I will choose not to blunder into the wall. Huzzah. I am going to go ahead and ready a rebuke spell. Wow, I never do this. And then I need to counsel my friend. No, Arnon. Stand fast. You have the power. That is 2 successes. I'm going to remove your reeling. And do you have anything else bad on you?
No.
Not yet.
I will add focus, as I'm a leader.
Got it.
And that's it for me.
Okay then, Griffin.
Okay, I will go ahead and take a single stride. Is that an action just to move 1, I think? I was pretty sure.
You can stride
You
as
can-
part of a dash.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not moving
Or-
further
or
in.
focus.
I'm literally trying to move in front of you is all.
Okay.
But I will go ahead and ready my weapon, which is going to be my spell. So I am now
Ready to fire.
yeah, I'm charged.
Literally. So these doors are open, so you can actually see inside. Just so you know.
Yeah, and since the 1 pace stride is going to be an action, then right? That's going to be it then.
Spencer.
All right, because I don't have secrets of the robes, I'm not wearing robes and armor, just wearing armor, so I do have a dash at this point.
Mhm.
So Spencer will move to here with a from his initiative a readied wand, and he will then ready slow what is it? Ataxia into it. And that will be my turn.
So these count as zombies. Zombie cannot be afraid, fatigued, sick, or terrified.
All right.
I'm reading from it just so that people know that that this is.
So they're the
somebody-
juicy kind of undead,
And-
not the skeletal kind
And
of
I will ask, because we didn't put their tokens down, are the two we brought just running away in fear or panic? The two guards.
Let's see if they have the courage to stick and fight. Stay and fight.
I assume that's the reason you didn't put them down, so I'm asking.
Yeah, they stay.
Hey! Now
But
they actually need tokens.
they're reeling. They're reeling because they're like, so they have to recover next time.
You guard the door. Make sure nobody gets out.
Yeah.
Alright, but
They-
now would be their time to act, which would be just they're recovering from reeling and moving in, I suppose.
Yeah, this guy recovers. So you automatically recover if this is your first action, correct?
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
recover from reeling first.
You don't automatically recover. It is the first action you have to take, though.
Okay, let's see what they have for. Stride, movement, spring, burn.
If they don't have their weapons out, they arm themselves, and then you don't have to worry about them.
They use
Yeah,
a
but
claw.
they're zombies. They attack
they-
with their.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the guards.
Yeah, no. No. Actually, they don't seem to have anything to recover from reeling.
No, that's just an action, and recover from reeling is an action. It's the first action you have to take if you are reeling.
They
okay.
get
Start
two
of the
actions.
And they don't have a
So
leader
they're-
or a necromancer instructing them, so they don't have any
Yeah.
additional help.
This guy moves in. That's his second action. This guy will attack Harmon. So only Harmon. They basically
So, which one is attacking me?
this one right here.
I'm going to break my focus to attack him before he attacks me.
So we stop it, and then we execute an attack versus the zombies counter.
Because if he happens to hit me, I'm going to use declare your favorite use with melee combat with my longsword, so I can reroll that body die.
You should name your longsword now. Or not.
Should
since
I?
we're not
Because it doesn't seem like yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna attack.
Behold, Flame Blade.
Oh, you know what? I've
Ooh.
already declared longsword my favorite use of melee combat, so it didn't matter.
Okay, I already counted once. I can't
You
counter
can you can keep countering.
Okay.
Keep countering until we send you reeling.
And this is the reason he has a big D12 in combat. To specifically continually win.
Except that I didn't. Oh, you mean him? He did.
Right, so
You.
so
No,
did the
he
zombie hit you? Is that the zombies roll above you, the 5-2?
No,
No,
He hasn't
that
rolled
was-
yet.
We're waiting on the we're waiting on the zombie.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Zombie
right.
has a D12, a D8, and a D6. That's what he rolled last time to counter me. And he hit me again, so I already know that's 2 points of damage. I soak all of it handily. I am now sent
But-
reeling.
You are sent reeling. The interruption is over. The zombie is now attacking you. Are you going to parry or dodge?
I'm going to counter. I
You can't.
have
The
blind
zombie
fighting.
hit you and sent you reeling.
I have blind fighting. You
Oh
gotta
wait,
stop.
that's right. You have a special ability that allows you to counter. Yes, never mind. Okay, so the zombie attacks you and you will counter. I forgot. You
Yes,
bought
the
that
zombie
ability.
has the zombie has a bonus D8 to attack me because I'm reeling. So don't forget
But you
that
can
one.
counter while
Lessons.
reeling.
Right. I'm just gonna hit my macro and ignore the strength results, and strength does not apply to counterattacks. So I'll wait to see what your roll is first. Just to build the tension.
And I have another D6. Another D8, right? Correct.
Yeah, another
Yep.
D8 because I am reeling.
Yeah, you've got all
Normal.
kinds of bonuses to hit him.
Yep, you still hit me. I screen out your 6, so it's another 2-point hit. I will soak another 2-point hit.
Yeah. So
And I do.
okay. So you're still reeling.
Still reeling.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
So
doesn't change.
they swarm him, and fortunately he's a brick.
These guys are going to fight at their own life.
Or on lives, and as the case may be.
All right, do we have any more bad guys?
No.
Okay, I guess it's
These
time for the rise of good guys.
So Harmon.
All right, well, time for me to shine because I'm an undead fighter.
Vesper.
All right, first, get thee behind me, you horrible undead creature. I will attack you at range with the spell Rebuke. You may attempt to, you will roll your mind, will, and presence. And unfortunately, you are undead, so you actually have presence.
Only have presence, and I believe
Yep.
is a D6.
But they may not have any mind. Also, that is a crappy roll.
Yeah, they don't have anything else like that.
Oof.
They're horrible, fetid presence.
Unfortunately, you have tied, which means my spell doesn't actually work because I actually have to beat you.
You rolled a 1-1 and a 4.
No, this is a count the successes spell. I only have one success, and he only has one success. But if it's a count the successes, ties go to the defender.
Okay.
So I'm going to tap my personality. Nope, I had a good breakfast today, which gives me the energy I need to fight the undead.
Cookie.
Yes.
Carrot.
All right. So
cookies,
I have
pizza
a question.
bagels, beer.
Now, I believe you're a zombie, which means you are lesser undead, which means you take double damage from holy attacks, which this is. So you will take a whopping 2 points of damage.
And he's always hurt, so he takes an extra +1.
So it's 3 points of damage, and if you have any armor dice, ignore it, because the rebuke goes right past that.
So I can only roll one die, and that one die is a D8.
Right. Roll 1, and this will be hilarious.
A 2.
Sadly, it is. So you'll take 3 points of damage, which injures you, but does not take you out.
No.
Now, the fun part. This spell sweeps. I can attack again.
Ooh.
I will go ahead and attack whoever this dark figure is up here, because I don't know what that is.
It's another zombie.
All right. So it's this same drill. He rolls his mind, will, and presence and counts the 4s or better.
Yeah,
wow, I'm rolling like ass today. That's another tie, so you resist. So
could tap your flashback for a D8. Yeah. Remember that time when you were training against the undead?
Right. This has been the exciting rebuke. That was one action. As my other action, I will rally Harmon. You see?
Harmon.
Sorry, I will rally Harmon. Harmon, I will remove your reeling and add focus. You see, they can't stand against the power of the light. That is the end of my turn.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. Then I will go here and hit this guy with an aimed ataxia. And that's my favorite use, so I'm going to reroll that D8. Two successes. Here we go.
You know, I just realized something while we're waiting for the counter roll here. I guarded and I never rolled my guard die. I am such a fool!
I was wondering, like, why did you guard if you're just going to keep counterattacking?
Well, as a counterattack, I can still roll my guard die.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it makes your counter better.
Yeah, I know. That was the whole point of me guarding. I just completely forgot about it in the whole teach a lesson moment.
So it's against mine, correct?
Versus speed and dodge versus 3.
Yeah, he made a whole
put him
back.
in the macro.
Okay. Speed 4. Oh, he only has speed 4. Yeah.
And since I'm a veteran, that would have been a D12 that I just didn't roll for some reason.
Okay, 1d4, 1d8. Okay. 1d4. 1d. Oh, he is in fact slowed. This one right here?
Yes.
He gets a snail. So he has yeah. He's slowed.
All right.
Griffin.
Okay.
Gregory, I should say. I always keep
Yes,
confusing them.
I'll
They're
go
both
ahead
legit.
and target this one over here and say, I have your back, Harmon. I'm going to go ahead and aim, and because I am working with someone who is threatening him, I also get to add my tactics, which will be an additional d8. So, Ignite Fire. And an additional 2d8. Not the best rolls ever, however, he does still need to beat a 6 on his dodge. This is just 8
Oh.
damage, so he's going to have to roll speed and dodge. Unless he has really long arms and counterattacks. I can't discount that. He's a spooky skeleton.
Speed. Okay, yeah. He's a very slow dude anyway. So on the well, actually, I don't think he can actually. Yeah, no, he can't roll more than a 6. So, but he did get 2 successes. So
It doesn't matter. I still got 1 success on him and another for damage. So that is 2 damage, and he'll be on fire. He now has to soak. Unlike everyone else's spells, I'm more direct.
1d8, and his body is 2d8.
Actually, 3 damage, because remember, they're always hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I believe he soaks a 1.
There we go. So that's 2 damage his way, and he'll be on fire. So he goes from hurt to...
Well, he's immune to afraid, right? So it doesn't change him any, except for that he's on fire now.
Oh, that is true. Well, I mean, he's on fire, unspeakably on fire, and I am...
I mean, I think the damage still stacking. He doesn't have the effects where the damage still stack. So once
No,
he
it's same damage effects, just negate themselves. So the fact he's hurt, he doesn't take hurt again. He's still hurt, and he's immune to afraid, so doesn't mean anything.
Right, and we can cover
All
fire
you
at end
did
of round
was set him on
bandits.
fire. Yeah,
So how do you destroy them then?
you deal
You do
more
a
damage.
big hit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying that he doesn't get the effects of the damage track, but he's still getting the damage until the equivalent
Which
of
means it was negated. You just deal more damage than the damage track, basically.
exactly.
You need to deal 4 damage or more, or 3 damage to inflict injured, and then more damage than that.
In one hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I've made my best attempt, and now we're left to Harmon, who has a focus as well.
Right, which means I get 3 actions. Let me take this blue off of me. Because my first action is to beat a guard. My next action is to aim. And I guess I'll hit this guy above me that's injured already.
Good idea.
So this roll, plus I'll roll an extra d12 for my aim.
He's gonna parry with a punch. So that's gonna be D8, D6.
You're looking pretty stacked there. That's
Yikes.
scary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2, 7, plus you're hurt and injured. I just dealt you 9 damage. I'm pretty sure you're overkilled. Even
Yeah.
if you soaked it, because you only had 2 soak die. But these guys are immune to overkill, more than likely. Which just means that you're very dead.
You shower everyone
they're
around you in
vulnerable
blood
to
and
critical,
guts.
so yeah, they're not immune to overkill. Because
Well,
they do
that
have-
means... Well, I mean, they're immune to overkill in the sense that they're immune to being afraid and terrified. That's all.
Okay.
That's all that overkill does. It sends people in the nearby radius of you afraid once they see you overkill.
Oh yeah, D8. D8.
Yeah, basically, was it 6 damage and more, just overkilled. So yeah, your 2 soak die doesn't mean. I mean, you soak it, fine, it's great. That's still 7 damage. You're overkill.
Yeah, so no worries, he's out.
So that guy's gone.
Yeah.
And that ends my turn, and I think that's the end of the good guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless the 2 guards are doing something.
Let's see if they recover. Well, they take an action, they're going to recover. So one of them is going to attack this guy, and they're going to attack this guy. And essentially, the guards are going to give you a D8 bonus as an ally to your attacks.
Okay, so they're doing assistance then. That's fine.
Exactly. That's what they're all going to do, right?
They're also
That way-
in the way of them, which is good.
Yeah. that way we simplify things. The guy that is slowed, let me see, he can only do one action, correct? So he attacks. He's gonna punch.
I guess it's me because he's below me, so I'll counter.
Yeah, he's gonna do a vengeful fighter. He's gonna use his gift. Actually, no, he actually does that in the counter. So on the attack, he just punch. 1d8, 1d6.
All right, I'm countering again. Negate strength on this roll, but also I'm gonna remember this time to roll my extra d12 because I'm guarding and a veteran.
And you may also claim advantage on the slowed one. That's a bonus D8 to hit him. His dash and stride
Does
goes up.
that include in a counter attack though?
You may claim a bonus D8 to hit the character. It doesn't say attack, it just says
Yeah,
hit.
it means you get it on the counterattacks because they're slow.
Doesn't matter. All right, let's see. I'm beating a 4, so 1, 2, 3. You take 5 damage. Nope, 6 damage because you're always hurt.
You can counter now. D8.
I'm sensing another overkill.
Well, he's gonna counter.
Oh, no.
First.
You can't counter. I'm countering you.
Oh yeah.
So basically, he just does the soak.
Yeah. So you're either dying, which I don't know if that matters to a zombie, or you're dead. Yeah, you're dying.
He has to be dead.
Well, I mean, you're taking 4 damage.
Well, dying on the undead makes them dead.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm just puzzling that out for a moment. So yeah, I killed you. You're
Okay.
dead.
Second
This
dead.
is the Johnny Cage moment. This is where you fall down.
And this guy's gonna attack you, and this guy, he can't, but he can step over the body. Actually, he doesn't. He just steps on he jumps on this, on the table and attacks. So both of them are gonna attack Harmon.
All right, well, we'll deal with the first one first, and then the second one second.
Well, the
I'm
first
countering.
When it comes to the one that's on fire, you will have another D8, by the way.
Oh yeah, because he's reeling.
Well, no, because he's on fire.
Oh, okay. Well, who's attacking me right now? Top one or bottom one?
The one on the bottom, the one on the top. Sorry. So it's 1d8. You're not countering the strength die, correct?
The strength one doesn't matter, but I have the bonus d12 that I just rolled for being a veteran, and I'm guarding. So let's see. You have an 8, but I have a 12. You take 4 damage because of +1 because you're hurt. So 4 damage.
Okay.
So soak it. You soak it down to 3, so you're now also injured, which means you'll take +2 damage. And now the guy below me is attacking.
Yeah, the one on fire.
Right, which I have a bonus D8 to counter. Those bonuses sometimes they're very swingy. Actually, favorite use, rerolling that D12. You have an 8, I have an 8. I guess we just hit each other. You deal 2 damage, I deal 3 damage. So you need to soak 3, I need to soak 2. I soak 2.
He soaks 1.
You soak down to 2, which means nothing. No change for you. And I go reeling.
Yeah.
Oh, also you're reeling.